Welcome back to another exercise tutorial. Yes, we're doing sumo deadlifts. Let's get into it. If you guys saw my conventional deadlift video, this is gonna be very much the same in terms of how detailed I'm gonna get into why I'm showing you how to do this the way I do it. Now again, if you have back problems, knee problems, shoulder problems, hip problems, been through it all. So for me to be able to do these successfully and still have these in my arsenal, I have to make sure that I'm doing this in a way that's gonna keep me away from any type of pain. So if I'm often in any type of way, I'm gonna be in pain, it's not gonna be pleasant, then I'm not gonna wanna do this at all anymore. Now, when it comes down to it, do we need to do sumo deadlifts? There's nothing wrong doing sumo deadlifts. Now, if you're going for PRs and you're not a powerlifter, well, then kind of figure it out. If your goal is to get bigger legs or grow your adductors or glutes, whatever, then train accordingly. So doing a 1 rep max with sumos is unnecessary. Anyway, so same rules are gonna apply when it comes to walking up to this bar. Same thing. Now, how far away should my feet be? Because is it advantageous to have my feet all the way over here so when I do a deadlift I don't have to go that far? Or do I want them to be in a place where I can have a little more leverage and strength with my adductors? The further away my legs go, the harder it is for me to, number one, externally rotate and really work this part of my legs, my hamstrings, my adductors, all the good stuff inside here, if I'm too wide. So for me, I wanna be in a place where I'm basically in a squat position in terms of my feet angle, so that 1 o'clock and 11 o'clock is just gonna be a lot wider. And for me, I use the markers on the bar. So what's comfortable for me, being 5'7", my legs are pretty decently sized in terms of length, I'm gonna be a little bit by the smooth part of the bar. When I get down into that position and I've hit him hips back, I am still strong from here. I have a leverage here pushing my feet, my knees, my ankles can be right under my knees when I reach down for this bar. I have a lot of leverage and a good angle here when it comes to being able to be in a hinged position and be able to pull this bar coming right up. If I'm too far and I try to do the same thing, well, again, my hip, this side feels terrible right now. I have to move it that much further for me to align my knees with my toes. Because when we do this, the biggest mistake that happens when people sumo deadlift is they're like this and their legs are caving in like this and they're doing this. And this is not how you deadlift, because you want your knees to be open like this. We want to adduct. We do abduct our knees or our legs. So when we walk up to the bar, your best rule of thumb would be, if you want to even do it, is like think of far enough that when you bend your knees and they're going over your toes, that you have a good position here. It's like almost like 90-ish degrees. It could be a little bit further, it doesn't matter, a little bit, but we definitely don't want to be this far. Because again, when it comes to pulling the bar, there's not much here. We're just, and we want our glutes to be in a great position. So when I am down, because a lot of this movement is going to come from the glutes. The glutes can be very active. We're doing hip flexion and extension. Our knees need to be in a place so when I externally rotate, so my knees are aligned with my toes, when that butt goes back and those knees go out, I'm loading this a lot more. I can't load that much when my feet are too far away from my body. We do the same thing. We're gonna walk up to the bar just like a conventional deadlift. Where do you want the bar to be? Safe bet, have it touching your shins. If not, we do the same thing as having it like over your shoelace. Nothing wrong. Hey guys, before we continue with this video, I gotta make sure you guys are hydrated. You hydrated yet? Probably not. Check it out, I got errands for you. Guys, use my code Johnny10 for 10% off Amino Fast. Like what's Amino Fast? Guys, Amino Fast is gonna increase your overall performance, reduce muscle soreness, improve your hydration, and it's gonna prevent muscle cramps. And guess what? All our flavors taste amazing. So guys, again, use my code Johnny10 for 10% off your next order of Amino Fast right now. Okay, back to the show. Now, same thing before. My feet are about 11 o'clock, 1 o'clock on a really big clock. When I go down, I'm gonna do the same thing with my butt like I did with conventionals. My butt's gonna go back. I'm hinging my butt back while my knees push out and over top of my toes. Easiest way to do this is make sure that your feet, if you don't want to push the bar away, think of it being right on your shoelace, because it gives you room to really open up without pushing the bar, and the bar pathway can stay consistent. Now that I'm here, I'm gonna do a little bit of this. I'm gonna open my hips a little more, and I'm just gonna sit here. That's how I wanna kind of be set up. Now, again, remember my butt's back and knees are going open over my toes. I'm active here. I want long arms. I don't wanna be too close like this, because then I'm playing a balancing act with this bar and doing this. I wanna be, and that's why most powerlifters will do this, or like this, is because they're just going shoulder width apart. It's here, and they grab here and here. right? It's right in. We don't want to grab too far because we're disrupting our pull from our arms being on our legs. We're gonna be inside, basically shoulder width apart. Again, grabbing the bar tight, knuckles facing the ground, knees are facing out, butt is back, chest is gonna come up, tickling your armpits, pushing your knees out. You wanna think that when you're pulling this, that you're putting a lot of tension and your feet going this way. I'm doing this. I'm pushing there, like this is tight and it's doing this. And I wanna feel my feet causing friction going this way. So when I'm here and I grab the bar, tight, lats engaged here, pushing knees out, up. And then on the way back down, same thing. Knees are gonna go out, hips are gonna go back. Same time, on the way back down from here. Tight lats, butts up, butts back, chest up, long arms. Someone's tickling your armpits, deep breath in, tight core, up. Hips forward, hips back, knees out, back on the ground, same thing again. Tight, lats engaged, from floor to core. Pushing through your feet, opening up your knees, butt sitting back. Someone's tickling your armpits, tight core, chest up, push, hips forward, and then descend back down. All right, so let's take it from the top, walking to the bar. To make it easier for me, I'm gonna make sure this bar is right over my shoelace. Right, the spot where I'm comfortable in terms of width. Now I'm gonna adjust my toes so they're at around like 10 o'clock and around 2 o'clock. That way, when I'm externally rotating the hips, I still get a fair amount of engagement, but it's also easier for me to keep my feet flat on the floor while my knees move over my toes naturally. Now, as my feet are placed, knees are gonna push out, externally rotating, chest up. My butt's gonna be pushing back with my knees going out. While I'm doing that, my arms are gonna be long like ropes. I'm gonna grab that bar, shoulder width apart. I'm gonna push my butt back a little bit more, bring my chest up, put my knees out so everything is super tight. And then someone's tickling my armpits, I'm even tighter, my core's tight, and then I'm hips forward, all the way back down, hips back, continue that bar pathway and up again. And there is your sumo deadlift tutorial. Take these cues one cue at a time and apply it to your sumo deadlift day. Don't try to do everything at once. Learn little by little. Apply one thing, then the next. And let me know how it goes in the comment section below. Until then, guys, you know how it is. Iron sharpens iron. Progressive overload your life. In the meantime, keep dream chasing. Peace.